darker story involving characters, trauma, and disappearances. As the story unfolds, three names become increasingly important: Marvin, Lena, and Care. Lena was a young girl who mysteriously disappeared years earlier. Marvin, a man obsessed with finding answers about her disappearance, becomes one of the story's most unsettling figures. And Care, Marvin's daughter, appears to become the target of that obsession. The story of the characters is pretty long, and well, I don't have enough time for a full analysis, as the video would be very long, but here's the summary of what happened. Lena, Marvin, and Anna, Lena's sister, were visiting a windmill in 1997. Anna decides to take photographs of Marvin and Lena in front of the windmill. The first picture is normal, but in the next, Lena and the windmill have suddenly disappeared from the photo. The disappearance of Lena becomes one of the central mysteries in Petscop. Years later, Marvin becomes obsessed with finding answers about what happened to her. As his obsession grows, he begins to believe that Care is somehow connected to Lena or even a reincarnation of her. Part of this belief stems from the similarities between the two. Convinced that Care was connected to Lena, Marvin kidnaps her and attempts to rebirth her into Lena. Rebirthing in the game was based on the idea of rebirth therapy, which is the practice of suffocating or restraining to simulate childbirth. It was very brutal and psychologically scarring. It just shows you how deep Marvin's obsession with Lena has gone. The whole story reflects a lot on real-life problems, and even today, Petscop remains one of the internet's most looked at mysteries. Its odd storytelling, disturbing themes, and refusal to give clear answers have kept people debating its meaning for years. Whether you see it as a horror story, an ARG, or an art project, it's easy to understand why so many people have fell down the Petscop rabbit hole. Toy739 Toy. A mysterious channel on YouTube going under the name of Toy739 Toy started uploading on May 24th, 2011. The first video it uploaded was titled IMG0324.mov, and it seemed to be a recording at an event somewhere where there were a lot of photographers. This is first of many uploads to be published by the channel. The channel had over 7,500 videos spanning an 8-year period, all short videos usually 5 to 20 seconds long, with his last video being uploaded on December 5th, 2018. At first, it appears as if the man works with the paparazzi, as many of the uploads feature celebrities or events with other photographers. But as you look through his uploads, you will find that the channel focuses on one man more than anyone else in the videos. The man appears to be a fellow photographer and is almost always seen holding a camera. He doesn't seem to be a celebrity or anyone that is highly known, but the man appears in hundreds if not thousands of the videos on the channel. But the disturbing part about it is the man seemingly doesn't know he's being recorded, as he doesn't ever look at the camera or acknowledge it. A lot of people have tried to uncover the meaning behind it, with most people speculating the man behind the channel to be a stalker, and this mysterious man is his victim. None of it is known for certain, but it's pretty eerie to look through the videos, realizing it isn't a crazy thing to believe. Other theories propose the man could be his friend, and he's just recording him on the side for fun. But I still think this is pretty odd with just the sheer amount of videos and the man having no idea of the recordings. But perhaps the strangest part about it all is in the last video he uploaded, the man who is being stalked finally turns and looks at the camera, which hasn't happened in any of the other videos. And with that happening, the channel stopped posting forever, and there are no updates as of 2026, 6 years later. Overall, the channel is just weird, and it just seems absurd how many videos the guy posted in such a short time. Curat963. On January 1st, 2016, a mysterious channel named Curat963 began posting videos. Their first video was titled Resolution and featured what appears to be a man walking through a forest with strange music in the background. This was just the beginning for this odd channel. As months went by, they continued uploading these strange videos, often with titles in other languages or in creepy looking fonts. In their fourth upload, you can clearly hear what sounds like a woman whispering or talking quietly in the background.
I want to spend more time with you.
The videos continue to become increasingly disturbing, with some of them having screaming noises or what sounds like someone in distress. But it wasn't until June 13th, on their 13th upload, that they started putting messages on the videos, saying things like, "You are a failure," and "You have no friends, you have no one that cares. You are going to slip, you are going to fail," a constant state of too much, followed by short periods of nothing at all. It really seems like the videos are trying to make the viewer feel bad or make them uncomfortable. In their last video, the messages seem like a warning, saying,
"They tried to separate us. I can't allow you to leave. Not until I know we're safe. Please don't be upset. I will fix this. If they try to communicate, do not listen. Do not shout."
The whole channel is pretty creepy, and it seems like it could be some type of ARG or horror series, but I'm not 100% sure of any of it. The channel stopped uploading after the last video on October 19th, 2016, but has continued to make the internet curious and spark attention. One Reddit user on r/ARG claims, "It looks like there was an account named Krat963 posting on the ARG Reddit, but they deleted all their comments," and "If you look up information on the account, it was created December 31st, 2015, and has uploaded 20 videos, but there are currently only 17. So there could be more to the story that was deleted, but I haven't yet found these deleted videos. All that I know for sure is that this channel is pretty disturbing and definitely deserves the attention that it has gotten over the years." Lostboy.exe. In August 2012, a 4chan user going under the name of Rob uploaded a game titled Lostboy.exe. The game was made with GameMaker, a cross-platform game engine, and it featured a Doom-style horror game with disturbing images and creepy lullaby music looping in the background. The game was supposed to be extremely scary, and made around the time that Slenderman was a popular topic. As the creator of the game says, "I made it soon after Slenderman came out in 2012, and wanted to create something so too spooky for you, it would spread like wildfire. It was mainly just seen as a typical horror game, and nothing too unusual was going on with it. But very quickly, when the game grew in popularity, something horrifying happened to the game. On August 28, 2012, the creator made a post on 4chan saying, "There is an idiot attempting to trick users into downloading a rat/Trojan. As a rule of thumb, do not download anything linked on 4chan. If you're unfamiliar with what a rat is, it is short for remote access Trojans, and they are a type of malware that allows individuals or hackers to gain access to a victim's computer or network, often without their knowledge. This means that they essentially have access to everything that you store, like passwords and important information. Since the game was so popular at the time, many people started downloading this re-uploaded game that had a virus, and people were getting their information hacked, such as their Facebook accounts, eBay logins, and anything else they could obtain from the person's computer." On one post from Reddit 14 years ago, a man says, "Warning guys, there's a horror game going around named lostboy.exe. It's a backdoor rat that can mess up everything." They also mention a post from a 4chan moderator where he says, "Some user has been posting a link to a file named lostboy.exe, which is actually a backdoor rat file. Stop downloading and running random exe like idiots and scan files you open. This is 4chan after all. If you did download that file, check your online accounts, bank, eBay, etc., and take appropriate action." It seemed like the developer was struggling to get the word out, and people were suffering because of it. So this game had turned into something horrible, and people were losing all of their important files and information all because someone uploaded a hacked link. It's honestly crazy how all this can happen so quickly, and just goes to show you how important it is to never download links off any site you're unfamiliar with. Yvette's Bridal Formal. Yvette's was a formal boutique and salon located on 6823 East Highway 22, Panama City, Florida. They sold prom dresses, tuxedos, wedding gowns, and many things for formal events. The store itself was a pretty normal business with nothing too unusual about it. But what makes this business so disturbing and odd is its website. This is where the rabbit hole begins. Upon entering the website, yvettesbridalformal.p1r8.net, your eyes are overloaded with tons of colors, designs, and fonts. It almost looks like some kind of unusual art project. On top of this, a download automatically starts when you load into the page, and this download plays music on the page. This is a common thing throughout the website, and a lot of the links you press do the same thing. But the front page has basic information on the store, like the kind of clothes they are selling as well as photos of customers wearing them happily. As you click through the pages, you will notice how every single one has different styles of artwork or color sequences, and it all doesn't make sense. But the unusual amount of links and weird colors isn't where the rabbit hole ends. On the front page, there is a link titled Psychological Thriller, please click here. After clicking on it, you're brought to a page with these creepy drawings, as well as some new links on the page about some creepy topics. They have alien abduction, demonic possession, ghosts, UFOs, and all kinds of things that don't belong on the website. If you click any of the links, they begin to play eerie music and go into detail about the topic. On the alien abduction page, for instance, one section says some conspiracy type of stuff. It says, "Those miserable mindsuckers implanted me with a tracking device. It continually transmits my vital signs and other metabolic stats via a subspace data link. The underground, they call it. Think I'm crazy? Well, think again. Think you're safe? Well, think again. Everybody is crazy. No one is safe. We are all members of the underground network." And on the flaming page 2, for instance, they start talking about an accident that had occurred on the road, and why they believe it was the military or the government using laser beams to blast through the steel and concrete to destroy the ramp/roadway. This entire page in general just has a lot of conspiracies and odd topics that just don't fit into the theme of this kind of store. But if you keep digging, you find this section on the website for the author and fashioner Sean Terrence Best, and his background and information on his artwork. Apparently, this is the man behind the entire website. It seems as if he wanted to do something big for his career, and Yvette's website was a good opportunity. Whether or not this makes the weird areas of the site normal is for you to decide. I still find them pretty strange and unsettling. But where did the store go? After doing some digging on the location, you can see the store on Google Maps Street View after setting the date to November 2009. But by 2011, the signs for Yvette's Bridal Formal had disappeared from the building. Whether that means the business is closed, relocated, or simply faded away remains unclear. But what isn't unclear is that the website survived and somehow remains online today, preserving one of the strangest corners of the early internet. And with that, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like and a comment. This was my first time making a video of this style, so you guys gotta let me know what I can do to improve. Also, be sure to let me know what kind of videos you guys would like to see in the future, whether it's more confessions or stories or just something like this video. I really like to hear what you guys have to say. And for all of the listeners who want to listen, I do have a Spotify, and I will link it in the description if you're interested. I love all of you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.